I was always under the impression that sleep apnea can have an effect on the heart. When I was in the hospital, in this recent hospital stay, there was a doctor that came in and he was asking me questions. Normally, when they ask you questions, they'll ask you stuff like, do you have a history of smoking, drug use, recreational drugs? Do you have a history of drinking alcohol? They'll ask all these questions and they'll jot this stuff down in your file if you answer yes or no to any of them to kind of gain a better understanding of how to approach your diagnosis, where your diagnosis may have came from. And so I forgot that I had sleep apnea since a kid. I remember even just recognizing that my breathing would stop while I was sleeping. And I had that ever since I was a kid, all the way until 2021. 2021 is when I started changing my entire diet and working towards bringing my diabetes and everything down. So when I did that and I lost the weight, I've dropped from 286 to like 250 to 240. The sleep apnea went away. Was no longer snoring, was no longer pausing when pausing when I breathe or something like that. And it just subsided on its own. So I forgot about it. I remembered when I was in the hospital. And so I told my doctor, I said, hey, I had this ever since I was a kid. I finally got rid of it in 2021. But could that have had an effect on me so far as my heart and been a contributing factor for heart failure? There was I was met with instant deflection. No, that's not, that wouldn't have anything to do with it. And I kept kind of combating. I'm just like, I thought that sleep apnea has an effect on, your heart rhythm and the oxygen levels. And he was like, no. And I told him even right then, and I was just like, you seem combative about this. And you're not even pretending to jot this down or put this in my file. I said, but every other question you guys have asked me, you guys have jotted down, you've placed in my file, you've kept track of, or you've made a notation of. Why is it that something like this that has been in my life for this long was completely ignored and brushed over? And it absolutely does affect the heart. That was just a weird thing. I don't know if you guys have ever had that happen with your doctors before, but that was weird. Let me know if I'm tripping or not.